Hey, what's going on, everybody? This is Pastor Shay, aka Chaplain G, coming back at y'all with another word of encouragement for you for today. So, I want to come to you with this word of encouragement because we're coming up on midterm election season, right? And I don't know if y'all been getting all the phone calls, dozens of phone calls a day from all kind of different candidates and all these leaflets and flyers and stuff that have been coming in the mail, and people are trying to get your vote, and they're trying to do this, and this, right? And I think one of the biggest things that's been on my mind in this election season is, honestly, it's the lack of morals that I feel like people have in at this time of our country's history right now. It's becoming evident, man. Like I can watch the news, I can watch television, I listen to the radio, I listen to the stuff that people are saying, and where we once had like this fear of God, at least where I grew up. You know what I'm saying? I grew up in the South, and so there was always that thing there. But I think even as a country as a whole, we had more of a fear of God than what we do right now. And I think we're starting to see things crack at the seam, not because you're voting for this politician or the other politician. Man, politics it has the potential to be very evil. Backroom deals are made, handshakes under the table, all that kind of stuff, right? And so it has the potential for all that. But I'm not describing those people that are in office. I'm talking about the people in their daily lives that no longer have a fear of God, no longer have a moral compass that points them in the right direction, no longer have love for their neighbor. Man, I'm watching all the crime and stuff that's happening out, especially out here in the western states. There's a lot of stuff going on, man. I just watched this thing the other day. It was looking at people up in Portland. Downtown Portland is looking crazy because, they decided as a state that they didn't want to prosecute certain things anymore, and when the behavior that you allow to happen will only increase, especially if it's bad behavior. So that's what's happening. Bad behavior is increasing, and they're trying to figure that stuff out up there. We got California that's looking wild right now. There's a lot of stuff going on. Nevada, where I live, right? All kind of wild stuff is going on right now, man. And I feel like it's happening all over the nation, and I think the baseline reason is because people's morals are gone. The wicked have been allowed to thrive. And I've been thinking through that, and y'all probably hear me talking about it a lot because we're in that season, so it's going to come up. But I wanted to read this to y'all from the book of Jeremiah because I feel like Jeremiah had the same complaints as he went before God. He's looking at his nation; they're worshiping all these different gods. They're supposed to be serving the Lord, and they're doing everything but. And he's just seeing like case after case after case of just corruption almost at every level, and he's crying out to God. And I'm rocking with what he was saying, and so I wanted to read it to y'all, and hopefully y'all can join me in praying for our nation. Check this out. This is Jeremiah chapter 12, starting in verse 1. Check this out. It says, "Righteous are you, O Lord, when I complain to you, yet I would plead my case before you. Why does the way of the wicked prosper? Why do all who are treacherous thrive? You plant them, and they take root. They grow and produce fruit. You are near in their mouth and far from their heart. But you, O Lord, know me. You see me, and test my heart toward you. Pull them out like sheep for the slaughter, and set them apart for the day of slaughter. How long will the land mourn, and the grass of every field wither? For the evil of those who dwell in it, the beasts and the birds are swept away, because they said, he will not see our latter end." This is Jeremiah saying, man, all the people that are like underhanded and treacherous and all these things, those folks are thriving. How come more righteous people aren't thriving? This is saying like, man, it feels like you're right there with them. Everything they're doing is succeeding. But they're driving our land. They're driving our nation. They're driving all of the animals that live in our land. They're driving everything out. Everything's being ruined. And later on, God answers him, and God essentially says, "Yeah, my nation is under judgment. Yeah, this is the result of it, Jeremiah. It's not just you. I'm not just looking at you as an individual. I'm judging the entire nation. All of them have gone astray." And I read that, and I'm like, man, I'm praying for our nation, y'all. I'm praying that things can turn around. I just had a lunch with a buddy of mine, and he, we're trying to encourage each other. And he was like, man, what if this is just for a time? It seems like things can turn around soon. And man, I think there's going to come a point where irreparable damage is going to start to happen. And I'm fearful for that, man. I want to see us have a righteous nation that when other nations look at us, they're like, man, we want to be like them. They have the moral high ground. They are what ethics and standards, and they lead their country openly and honestly. And there's not backroom deals, and there's not having to rob Peter to pay Paul, and they're not just letting crime thrive in their cities, but they're executing the law the way they're supposed to. Their leaders are leading with morals and ethics and righteousness about them. I want that. And I'm going to pray for that. And so I'm going to encourage you to pray for it too. Matter of fact, that's what I'm going to entitle this word of encouragement for today. Pray for our nation. Because we are not doing great. And but that's me looking through the lens of the Bible and seeing what God would have to say to our nation. And man, I hope y'all can join me in praying for our nation. Even if you think things are going great, hopefully you can still see that our nation needs prayer. We need the favor and guidance of God. And I want to seek after that favor. So I hope this is an encouraging word for you. Please make sure to like, share, subscribe, man. I want to say this. The answer to our political problems is not electing more politicians. It's seeking the favor of Christ himself. It's Jesus who rescues us from sin and death, not your favorite politician. And I could dive more into that if y'all want me to. Just hit me up in the email. We can go through it. But I love y'all. Hope y'all doing well, man. And until next time, grace and peace.